Taurus, what's going on with you? I hope you guys are doing lovely. This is going to be your weekly reading from the 28th of July to the 3rd of August. What's going on with you this week?
In matters of love, I hope you guys are having a lovely morning or evening, wherever you may find yourself. Let's get straight
Into it, Taurus. What are you dealing with? What's the dynamic you guys got going on here when it comes to matters of love? Literally, Pisces got the same card in the same place. It looks like there's some things, some emotional blockages that need to be surmounted, and someone is actively taking action to move on from what they must. All right, Eight of Cups to the Ace of Swords. I feel someone here is going to want to have some sort of fresh start, some sort of new beginning here. All right, I do feel that you and someone could have undergone something quite heavy here, something that you guys are still in the process of dealing with, but the energy is leading towards a new beginning or some sort of communication, some sort of truthful expression here. Tell me more. Someone here has been heavily in their mind when it comes to approaching the situation. All right, I feel that they've been approaching this with a sense of integrity, with honesty. I feel that this person is sincere when it comes to wanting something good or turning the situation around for the better. All right, but I'm also noting that both individuals are desires of connection, but there's one of them is aloof. Okay, one of them is licking their wounds. One of them is all up in their fucking head, distancing themselves from the other person. But in the back of their mind, they're contemplating and entertaining the idea of reconnecting with their person. So they're really not moving on. All right. Now, what's standing here between you and whomever it is that you're connecting with is a new beginning, is communication. Six of Coins, and reciprocal, balanced. All right. We got a Knight of Wands here. This could be a fire sign that you're dealing with. What is this Knight of Wands here? They're coming, ladies and gents. Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So someone here is coming in very assertively, wanting to bring balance to the situation. All right, Taurus, you are definitely going to be approached by someone here that might have broken your heart. Three of Swords, Six of Swords. And this individual intends to bring healing to the situation. Ace of Coins, the Fool, and the Ace of Wands. They're coming forward. Someone here is harboring the energy of swift movement, of reconciliation. All right, and I feel like they're coming towards you. Let's see. Talk to me about Pisces' Taurus's energy towards this person. The King of Coins, that's you. You're in a very studious energy. I feel like you're observing this individual. You could be even trying to gain information from this person or about this individual, such as looking at their social medias, or maybe even, trying to get some sort of clarity here when it comes to them, but at a distance. You're not approaching this individual directly here. The Page of Swords is typically an energy of observance at a distance. People call it spying here. And I do see you heavily contemplating this individual. I also note that you do care about this individual. You do have feelings for this person. And I do get an inclination of you wanting to invest into this connection still. But, I feel that currently you're at a distance. Currently you've been distancing yourself from this relationship, is what it looks like. And this is due to tumultuous feelings. However, one thing that I am noting here is that you are coming to some sort of peace, some sort of inner balance, emotional peace within your own self here, Taurus, and I feel that this is leading you towards becoming more and more open to reconnecting with this individual. All right, but I do see this ping pong sort of energy where you want to take a step forward towards this individual, but then you take a step back, and then you just keep going back and forth. You're like, okay, you get closer to reconnecting here, but then you're like, you remember the negativity, or you fall back into this negative way of thinking of, whatever happened here between you guys. That's the energy that I'm getting here. Seven of Swords. And then I feel like you ultimately sabotage the potential of coming forward and connecting with this person. You tend to run. You could be an avoidant individual. You have these happy thoughts of wanting to reconnect with this individual, but then you have some sort of memory about what has happened or something that triggers you, which ultimately leads you to run here with the Seven of Swords and the High Priestess. This is you ghosting, this is you distancing, this is you vanishing, and literally going into a negative state of sadness and grievance. All right? Talk to me about the King of Coins. Ooh, Ten of Swords, ladies and gents. You might have been betrayed by this individual, or you may feel as if you were betrayed. Okay, nevertheless, it seems like you went through a painful ending here with this person, and you're still deaf, and you're still dealing with this shit. And this is why you're distant. This is why you seem to be in the state of wanting to manifest emotional peace and harmony within your own self. All right, but you know, you're struggling with this. You're struggling with this. You're trying with that Temperance energy, but with the Eight of Swords, this is telling me that you're in the thick of the situation where you're going through a transformation, and it's just not an easy thing right now. You're in the challenging phase of transmuting this negative experience into something positive. Talk to me about the person that Taurus is dealing with. What's going on here with the person that Taurus is dealing with? What is this person's energy towards Taurus? The King of Swords. This individual is taking a step back and looking at the full picture of, you know, what the possibilities are, what happened, and I feel like you're dealing with someone that is very objective. You're seeking to understand the situation through an objective lens. Now, this individual is appearing as someone that is emotionally detached, someone here that is holding back. But I'm also noting that this person here is going to break from this energy. They are going to be taking a leap of faith here, and they're going to be approaching you, the Fool to the death. All right, I feel like this individual is going to make an attempt to transform the situation. All right, I feel like they're very burdened over this, and I don't feel that this burden is getting any lighter by this separation, by this lack of engagement with you. All right, it's only putting them in a further state of confusion. I feel like this individual wants to come forward, have a new beginning with you. They want to express their feelings. All right, they want to express their sadness at an unconscious level. I feel like this person here has got a lot of pent-up energy that they just want to let out. And they want to let it out in a positive way. They want to definitely lead the relationship toward a better place, is really the energy that I'm getting from them. All right. But they themselves, I feel, will come forward here still very burdened and confused. All right. The Hangman. This individual has spent lots and lots of time here thinking, plotting, contemplating, reminiscing on you, very nostalgic, holding on tightly to you, and basically just immersed in their own fucking broken heart, ladies and gents. This person is done with this energy. They're done holding back. They're done assessing this. They're done being all up in their fucking head when it comes to this. And I feel like this individual with the full energy, they're going to be a bit spontaneous and, you know, take a leap of faith here towards this death energy of basically releasing their burden. All right, releasing their burden is really where I see this person moving towards when it comes to you. What is your advice this week, Taurus? What is Taurus's advice for this week? What is it that will facilitate them? Talk to me, Taurus. What is your advice for this week? The Ace of Coins. All right, you guys are definitely going to be getting a new opportunity here, is what I'm seeing. All right, I feel that you guys are going to get a love offer here. We got the Knight of Cups, Page of Cups here. And you're gonna have to really remain steadfast on your emotions. You're being called to embody the Emperor. This is someone here that, yes, they feel the Emperor's wise. Okay, the Emperor also holds the Empress within, which is someone that is very emotionally in touch. All right, intuitive even. However, this is someone that is wearing armor. This is someone here that is wearing a crown and keeps his poise. Okay, this is an individual that makes decisions based on wisdom and logic, not necessarily emotions. All right, so I feel that you're going to be tested this week. Just like I mentioned earlier, I feel your person is going to stir up the bee's hive. All right, ladies and gents. Now, aside from being, you know, keeping your poise, what other advice do we have for Taurus? The Devil energy. Fuck. You need to work on this attachment, ladies and gents. Whatever this individual did to you, whatever this individual put you through, whatever you're struggling with, these negative emotions that you're continuously experiencing as of recent, you need to put this to an end. Okay, and the way you're going to do this is essentially having some sort of self-awareness and catch yourself before you start going down this negative spiral. All right, I'm sure you guys are fucking contemplative. You guys begin to think about what happened here, and then you start, you know, invoking this fucking obsession, this negative attachment that you have towards this individual, and then you go to tarot readings, only further feeding this fucking obsession. That is the exact type of behavior that I'm telling you that you need to stop, ladies and gentlemen. You need to catch yourself before you get sucked into this fucking black hole of a negative attachment and pull yourself out of it and redirect your focus. You need to starve this fucking attachment. That's how you're going to weaken it. That's how you're going to overpower. That's how you're going to rule over this. Otherwise, if you keep succumbing to this attachment and unconsciously reacting to it and immersing your feelings, and next thing you know, you spend an hour feeling sad, that's the type of shit that is feeding this devil energy. So you guys need to be self-aware about this attachment that you guys are continuously feeding, and you need to do something about it. Drastically, ladies and gents, so that you can move towards a state that is a lot more grounded here, like the Queen of Cups. All right? I'm taking this to the extended. I'm looking into this individual's deepest desires towards you, their deepest feelings towards you, their actions towards you from the 28th through the 3rd and the near future. If you're interested in the extended, take a look at the link in the description. You want access to all the extended readings, take a look at the second link. Stay blessed, Taurus. I'll see you guys next time.